Hi, Algebra 2, 3-2, part 2. Solve by using a table. Solve this equal to 0. Okay, solving using by table, probably this is the least favorite method from my end. What I'll do is I'll just use a graphing calculator, graph it and graphing feature to do it. It's a lot more effective. Problem, some of you may not have graphing calculator, then you cannot do that. So I think only for that purpose, I think it's worthwhile to address it. I do have graphing calculator, which is 89. So if you have different style of graphing calculator, you can do Google search. Let's say you have TI-84 plus, then do TI-84 plus finding zeros by graphing. Just Google that, then you have some instruction, YouTube video available. Look at it, then you know how to do it. Just to get you some idea, I can just show it to you how it's going to work in my calculator. So I can just graph y equal to x squared plus 5x minus 7. I graph it, and I can tell it's passing somewhere over here, somewhere over here. I got two real zeros. So I can go cal math, that's a 5 in my calculator, so there's a 0 function. I hit the enter. They ask you lower bound, upper bound. So make sure lower bound is left, upper bound is right of the 0 you're trying to find. So left, that's lower bound is left enough. Upper bound, you want it to be on the right somewhere. That's right enough. Then you will give you zeros, which is 1.14 x value. You do the same thing with the point on the left. I go math 0. Lower bound, I put the lower bound left side of the zeros I'm trying to find. So left side of here, I say enter, upper bound, we go to the right side, click it, and I got minus 6.14 as the 0. So using calculator, very handy. Let's say you don't have a calculator, you don't have a graphing calculator. Can you still get pretty good answer using table? And actually you can. So if you go to the calculator here, I typed this equation here. And when you look at the graph here, you need to get some approximation on where the decimal wise, like where is it? So when I look at this decimal, I see like 1 point something. Just try to make a best approximation. So I would say maybe 1.2, 1.2. So I'll just make a rough guess of 1.2. I'll make a rough guess of here as maybe minus 6.2. Okay, so make a rough guess and I write it down on my piece of paper. Let's try to get this exact value, maybe 2 decimal. Let's see if you can do that using this table. Go to the table. You're looking at sign change in y. Sign change in y. Do you see y value is minus here, y value is positive? So you should know something happened between 1 and 2. So it should be a 1 point some decimal because y value changed from -1 to 7, which you could have gotten that from the equation. Okay, it should be 1 point something. So when you go table, if you want to get more refined value, interval of x is the one you want to play with. So you can do 0.1, then it will show you increase of 0.1. So if you look at this, do you see sign change right here? This is minus, y value became positive. So you should know it's between 1.1 and 1.2. Okay? Start value of x as 1, so make sure you play with that. So since you know it's between 1 point and 1.2, I'm gonna do start value as 1.1. And I'm gonna change this interval as a 0.01 this time. So starting from here, minus, 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 plus. Do you see y value was minus here, y value changed to plus here. So it's between 1.14 and 1.15. X value is between 1.14, X value is between 1.15. So that's a pretty good answer, I would say. Okay. So I would say 1.14, and actually that's the answer we got from my calculator. So if you look at this, you got 1.14 as a final answer using table. So when you guess the number from the graph, the other one on the left was minus 6.2, and I wonder, can you get that answer using table? So I will do minus 6 this time. Minus 6. Okay, y value was all minus here. Okay, so that's not doing good. Do you see y value is all minus? So maybe I went too far. Which means, do you remember? We guessed minus 6 point some decimal. So if you do starting value as minus 6, you're not seeing left side of minus 6. So you have to probably do like minus 6.2, something like that. Okay, I do see plus here now. You see that? Plus, minus. Okay, y value changed from plus to minus. So that's good. That's good. Can you change that to 0.01? Aha. Y value plus, y value minus. So right here, minus 6.15 will be a good one. Actually, if you look at it, this is closer to 0 than this. This value is closer to 0, 0.0004 with a minus. That's closer to 0 than this guy. So I'll probably make an estimation of minus 6.14 as my answer. So I got this, I got this. Is that what they got? Yes, 1.14 is what they got. Next question was minus 6.14. Yeah, that's the answer we got. So it's a pretty effective. You just have to play with the table. Well, I strongly recommend you to purchase graphing calculator. It's just one button away. That's why it's a lot handier for you. Okay, example 6. Highest bridge in the United States is Royal Gorge Bridge in Colorado. Excuse me. The deck is 1,053 feet above the river. Suppose a marble is dropped over the railing from a height of 3 feet above the bridge deck. How long will it take the marble to reach the surface of the water, assuming there is no air resistance? Use the formula h of t equal to this, where t is a time in seconds, and h sub 0 is initial height above the water in feet. Okay, deck is this feet above the river, over the railing from a height of 3 feet above the deck. Okay, so the initial height will be this plus this. There will be a h of 0. So h of t is equal to minus 16t squared plus h of 0 will be this plus this, which is 1056. What do they want? How long will it take the marble to reach the surface? Okay. How long will it take? They are looking for time. They are looking for t. Then they better give us to the height. So how long will it take the marble to reach the surface of the water? Okay, when the marble falls, hit the water surface, what's the height of the marble from the water level? 0. It touched the water. So height from the water surface should be 0. Okay, so what does that mean? Y value becomes 0, height is 0, and you solve for t. So again, I don't like leading coefficient as a part negative, so I'm going to move that to here to the left. 16 t squared equal to 1056 divided by 16 divided by 16 t squared equal to 1056 over 16. Solve for t, square root both sides. Do not forget minus. Whenever you take a square root both sides, do not forget minus. But in this situation, t is a time since marble is dropped. Time cannot go back. We don't have a time machine yet. So for that reason, you exclude the minus answer because time has to be positive. And put them to the calculator. Is that a nice number? (1056) divided by 16 is a nice number, 66. But that's not gonna. So you have to use a calculator. Square root of 66 is what? I got like 8.12. So it will take 8.12 seconds. Is that what they got here? Yeah, 8.12. They use the graphing calculator. You can do that, but this method wasn't that bad. Okay. What they did here is they graphed this. So they graphed y equal to minus 16 x squared plus 1056. Okay. They graphed this. I used the x instead of t. So they graphed this. They found the zeros. Okay. But that calculation wasn't that bad. Okay. Pause the video. Please try this. Yeah, this is exactly the same style. Dam is 7 to 6.4 feet, 6 feet above the top of the dam. Yeah, exactly the same. So h of t equal to minus 16t squared plus h sub 0, which is 6 plus this, that's always 732.4. When the marble hits the surface of the water, height of the marble will be 0. Height will be 0. Okay, solve for t, so move that to the 16t squared equal to 732.4. T squared equal to 732.4 divided by 16. Take a square root plus minus, but drop the minus because this is a time. Square root of 732.4 divided by 16. Put that into the calculator. You will get about 7 seconds.